To meet with Genco leadership over power sector debts. INEC debunks rumors on voter registration resumption dates. Plus, Meta threatens to cut off Facebook in Nigeria over fines. Welcome to Rstv World News. I'm Fito Benson Ajayi. Do you love and care about River State and her peace? Let's build and take her to greater heights. This is a task we must accomplish. The sole administrator of Emoha Local Government Council, Franklin Ajowo, has expressed readiness of the council to provide conducive environment for the implementation of National Polio Immunization Plus Days in the area. He made a remark while flagging off the polio immunization program at the council headquarters. Nnamdi Olumi has more.
The sole administrator who commended the federal government, River State Ministry of Health, World Health Organization, and other partners for the initiative said the Emoha Local Government Council has made the necessary preparations to ensure peace and secured atmosphere for the successful implementation of the polio immunization exercise in the area. He said polio immunization is important to ensure that mothers do not give birth to children who are deformed, and assured that the people will be properly mobilized to present their children for the exercise. Comrade Ajinwo, who condemned the attitude of some parents who reject polio vaccination in the past, expressed the need for more sensitization and education of parents on the importance of polio vaccination.
Most adults today, you say this one is deformed, this one is like this. It's because there was no serious attention, possibly when they were young. They didn't get the proper health education. So something that could be prevented with just vaccine and all that. You see them grow up to be deformed adults. And that is what the WHO, the federal government, itself, state governments, and local governments are all seriously going to partnership to ensure that the children these days do not suffer the same thing out of ignorance like people before them.
The medical officer of Emoha Local Government Area, Dr. Amalaya Deborah, and representative of UNICEF, Sandra James, said the polio immunization exercise will take place from the 3rd to 6th of May in all the local government areas of the state, including Emoha, and encourage parents to ensure they present their children for vaccination.
This particular NOPV that we are going out with is a special one. It's not the usual routine OPV, oral polio vaccine, that we have been giving to our children. Routinely, we give the DOPV, that is bivalent oral polio vaccine, which takes care of type 1 and 2, or the 1 and 3 of polio virus. Then we also give routinely the IPV, which is the inactivated polio vaccine, which is an injection that is also given, that takes care of types 1, 2, and 3. Of the polio virus.
Meanwhile, the sole administrator of Emoha Local Government Council, Comrade Franklin Ajinwo, has enjoined the people of Romeho community to remain peaceful and law-abiding to attract rapid development to the area. He made the appeal during a security meeting with the people of the community, accompanied by the members of the Emoha Peace Committee and other stakeholders, including heads of security agencies in Emoha Local Government Area.
We are telling you, where there is no peace, there can never be progress. No government presence will come to their place, because anything they put there, you vandalize it. And people who put there to come and work will run away. They will not come. So people you can never have development now. You are dragging your community backward. It is not the best for you. All of you should join hands together to see how you can achieve peace in your community. If we don't have that peace in Romeho, we are telling you, we shall force peace on you.
Nnamdi Olumi, Rstv News.
World is the pivot on which society develops. In this special report, Gaspar Anele underscores the importance of peace and the consequence of its negligence. His report.
Make peace with all men. That was Jesus' command in the scriptures, intended to put Satan and his agents to shame. To him, peace is an antidote to violence and a promoter of development and the gospel. Hoping to hear the congregants' view of the importance of peace, I visited some churches, and these men of God described the peace of Christ as the ultimate.
So peace talks about quietness in the midst of turbulence, and it's only Jesus that can give man that kind of peace. The Bible calls him the Prince of Peace. Peace that Jesus provides will be a part of that man to dispense peace both within himself, his family, the church, and the society. And not even the government of nations can do that.
Everybody as an individual, you need peace in your life. You need peace in your family. You need peace in society. You need peace in church. In politics, we need peace. In market, whatever thing that we are doing, if we must enjoy development, if we must enjoy the fullness of God's promises, we need peace.
The clergy said that if believers obey the commandments of God and cherish peace, there is no limit to what they can achieve. They frowned at the situation where violence permeates families, politics, and the Christendom, ranging from disagreements to outright wars.
If pastors can come together and look at scriptures together and form a common front, look at what the Bible says, leaving all their differences and face the scriptures and teach what God is saying, then there will be unity in doctrine and there will be unity in churches. So I want to encourage everyone, if we really want peace on earth, want peace in the nations, we should give Jesus a chance in our lives. When it comes in, the peace we so desire, they manifest.
If you are pursuing perfection, you may not get peace. But if we learn to trust, even in the midst of the churches, even in the midst of the religious body, we see that there is no peace. So as a church, as a believer, God is looking up unto you to be an extension of that peace.
Christian faithful also shared insight into the importance of peace to the existence of humanity.
When there is peace, there will be fullness of joy. Where there is no peace, the head will not allow the people under him to progress in the community. Where there is no peace, you see rioting. In the family, where there is no peace, husband and wife cannot work together. He died on the cross of Calvary to make peace among men.
You and I that have the peace of Christ, we can walk freely. If the tire of a car bursts, you will see them taking to their heels because they do not have peace in them. He was about to be arrested, and one of his disciples, Peter, removed the ear of one of the soldiers that came to arrest. He picked the ear and put it back because he knows the importance of peace. That is why he taught us to follow peace with all men.
God's power Anele, Rstv News.
President Bola Tinubu is expected to meet with the leadership of Nigeria's power generation company as part of an emergency effort to address the 4 trillion naira debt threatening to cripple the country's electricity supply chain. The move follows a high-level meeting last Tuesday between the Minister of Power, Adebayo Adelabu, and Chairman of GENCO in Abuja amid mounting fears of a possible collapse of the national grid due to liquidity constraints in the sector. A statement by the Minister's Special Advisor on Strategic Communications and Media Relations, Bolaji Tunji, on Sunday said that the federal government had resolved to settle a substantial portion of the debt immediately, while the remainder will be cleared through financial instruments such as promissory notes within the next 6 months. They said this would be proposed at the planned meeting between President Tinubu and the GENCO's leadership, stressing that the federal government's determination to prevent a collapse of the power sector, which he described as a national emergency. Federal government is called for the promotion of our flood resilience environment across the country to prevent the dangers associated with flooding. The Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Environment, Mr. Mahmood Kambari, made a call Friday during the 2025 National Food Awareness Campaign in Anyanya, Abuja. Kambari, who said campaign aimed to educate citizens on flood risk and strategies for building resilience, noted that flooding remains one of Nigeria's most frequent and destructive natural disasters as it displaces thousands, damages infrastructure, and disrupts economic activities. He explained that in recent years, climate change has intensified the frequency and severity of floods across the country, advised residents to avoid indiscriminate waste disposal, warning that block drainages are a major cause of urban flooding. The Federal High Court of Nigeria has announced the establishment of a Freedom of Information (FOI) desk at its headquarters in Abuja, aimed at strengthening transparency and accountability in the judicial system. The new desk will serve as a central point for receiving inquiries from journalists and members of the public, processing formal FOI requests, and guiding citizens on how to access public records in line with the Freedom of Information Act. These was contained in a statement by the Director of Information, Dr. Catherine O.B. Christopher, today, stating that the desk is full operational and staffed with trained personnel to assist individuals and organizations seeking information from the court's operations, activities, and decisions. The statement enjoined members of the public to visit the Information FOI desk during official working hours. The Independent National Electoral Commission has denied reports claiming that it has fixed a date for the resumption of the continuous voter registration exercise, including related services such as transfer and replacement of lost permanent voter cards. This was contained in a statement issued by the Chief Press Secretary to the INEC Chairman Rotimi Oyekami via X on Sunday. According to the statement, the Commission urged the public to disregard an anonymous message circulating online which falsely claims that the CVR will resume on May 27, 2025. INEC reaffirmed that it has not yet announced any date for the resumption of these activities. The Commission emphasized that any official information regarding the CVR will be made public in due course through its verified social media platforms and other official channels. Do you love and care about River State and her peace? Let's build and take her to greater heights. This is a task we must accomplish. You can watch Rstv News live on YouTube and Facebook at Rstv Online. You can subscribe and click the notification bell for updates on our live feeds. Up ahead on the news, Netanyahu vows response after Houthi missile hits near Israel's main airport, and Australia Prime Minister wins election with landslide. These and others will come your way after this time out. Don't go away.
Corruption not in my country. It is well with you, my son. Amen. Remember the child of who you are. You will meet people who will tell you to take shortcuts. They will tell you everybody is doing it. They will tell you that you don't have 10 heads.
You will tell them that your head is cuckoo as big as 10 heads.
They will tell you that connection is the poor man's language for corruption. Connection, no. Corruption, no. Shall not in your country.
Not in your country.
You will tell them that the poor people are the ones who sent you there. That we are the real connection.
See, like Mama's hand, we connect to your faith if you join bad gang.
Not true. We no go comot our eyes sake of say you be our pikin and let other people suffer for nothing. Be a good example.
Take whistle. Learn how to blow your whistle.
Do good. Bring it home. Oh yeah. Stand up. Good to go?
Good to go.
This message is brought to you by the Akinfade Foundation with support from the MacArthur Foundation and with broadcast support from the River State Television.
This is Rstv World News. We bring you world-class news, accurate, first-hand, entertaining, balanced analysis. Rstv, Channel 22 Port Harcourt.
Glad to know you're still here. The Federal Ministry of Arts, Culture, Tourism and Creative Economy has unveiled the Creative Economy Development Fund, CEDF, to provide funding opportunities for the sector. The fund opened to individuals, businesses and institutions operating across the creative and cultural economy is a bold step towards realizing and fostering job creation, economic diversification, and enhancing Nigerians' global cultural influence. The initiative was flagged off by the Minister of Arts, Culture, Tourism, and Creative Economy, Hannatu Musa Musawa. According to the statement issued by her media aide, Dr. Neka Ikem Anibeze, on Sunday, the minister was quoted to have said that the fund is a strategic national investment designed to unlock the vast potential of Nigeria's creative sector, positioning it as a driver of economic growth and cultural diplomacy. The minister has therefore invited eligible creatives, entrepreneurs, and organizations to apply for the funding through the Creative Economy Development Fund. Minister of Education Dr. Tunji Alausa has announced a 5-year suspension of the bilateral Education Agreement BEA program to promote students' growth, prioritize welfare, and strengthen Nigeria's education system. The minister made this known in a statement released in Abuja Saturday by the Director of Press and Public Relations of the Ministry, Mrs. Boriowo Folashade. Dr. Alausa spoke after a comprehensive review of academic programs available overseas, said the decision followed careful evaluation which revealed that all courses offered abroad through the BEA scheme are now available and in many cases better enhanced with Nigerian institutions. He explained that while the suspension encourages Nigerians to study locally, it does not prevent parents from sponsoring their children to study overseas privately. He, however, clarified that the federal government will still welcome BEA partner countries that offer fully funded scholarship to Nigerians, and highlighted the improved Nigerian student loan program, which now provides more robust financial support to students enrolled in local higher institutions. Alausa also assured that all current BEA scholarship beneficiaries will continue to receive full government support until they complete their studies and return to Nigeria. Meta, the parent company of Facebook and Instagram, has threatened to suspend its services, Facebook and Instagram, in Nigeria. The company attributed its threat to what it calls unrealistic regulatory demands by local authorities. 3 Nigerian oversight agencies had recently slammed the tech giant with more than $290 million fine last year for violating competitions, advertising, and data protection laws. Efforts made by Meta to overturn the sanctions in a federal high court in Abuja had failed. The company said it might have to shut down Facebook and Instagram in Nigeria to mitigate the risk of enforcement measures. Although Meta also owns WhatsApp, the messaging service was not mentioned in the court filing. The court has given the company until the end of June to settle the fines. On the foreign scene, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has vowed to retaliate against the Houthis after a missile fired by the group struck the grounds of Israel's main airport. In a video posted on social media, Netanyahu threatened strikes against the group, saying, "We attacked in the past, we will attack in the future." The missile fired from Yemen by the Iran-backed group landed near the main terminal of Ben Gurion Airport on Sunday morning, Israeli authorities said. 4 people were injured by the blast, with another 2 injured on their way to a shelter, Israeli media reported, citing emergency services. Houthi military spokesman Yahya Sari said in a televised statement that the Israeli airport was no longer safe for air travel. Israel's defense minister Israel Katz said in a statement that anyone who hits Israel will be hit 7 times stronger. Labour's Anthony Albanese has defied the so-called incumbency curse to be re-elected Australia's Prime Minister in a landslide. Official vote counting won't finish for days, but Albanese center-left government will dramatically increase its majority after the Conservative Liberal National Coalition suffered a thumped defeat nationwide. Coalition leader Peter Dutton, who lost his own seat of 24 years, said he accepted full responsibility for his party's loss and apologized to his MPs. Following the results, UK Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer and US Secretary of State Marco Rubio both said they look forward to deepening their bilateral relations with Australia. Dutton was seen by many as Australia's Trump, which appeared to go down badly with voters despite his attempt to shake off comparison made between his policies on migration, public sector cuts, and China. The Trump administration. Labour has seen swings towards them rise across the country, a rare feat for a second-term government in Australia, and Albanese becomes the first prime minister to win back-to-back elections in over 20 years. Do you love and care about real estate and her peace? Let's build and take her to greater heights. This is a task we all must accomplish. To end the news, a recap of some of the major stories. President Bola Tinubu is expected to meet with the leadership of Nigeria's power generating company as part of an emergency effort to address the 4 trillion naira debt threatening to cripple the country's electricity supply chain. The Independent National Electoral Commission has denied reports claiming that it has fixed a date for the resumption of the continuous voter registration exercise, urged the public to disregard an anonymous message circulating online. We also reported that Meta, the parent company of Facebook and Instagram, has threatened to suspend its service, Facebook and Instagram, in Nigeria. That's the news. Thanks for watching. I'm Fito Benson Ajayi. Good night.